Naomi, hold on. You're running 7th, Gareth. Well done.
Hello and welcome to the come down week, the week after the big dance, the final dance, the everything that you've been training for, the week where your body gets to recover nicely, take it easy, there's no pressure, and you're just getting through the week however you see fit. Probably the week as well where you get the token gesture where you can eat absolutely anything you want, and that's what we've done as well. This week I've had a decent week of like recovery and training. Focus has been on recovery and not training, but I've run every day since the 30th of November 2015, so obviously I'm going to go out and go for a run every day when I can. So yeah, at least a mile a day, keeps the doctor away and all that. I try and keep it at 5k, but there has been weeks and days where I've just done my box standard 1 mile, or I try and extend it just a little bit so it's 2k, so I know that I've actually done a mile, just in case of GPS error. But that's just me. Anyway, this week I've had a steady week. I've done 45 mile in training, which has been all right. I'll review the marathon in this little bit of a video and talk about like what's happening next. So yeah, stay tuned. So week in training kicked off Monday, drove all the way home from London with my mum, dad and Naomi, and then went out in the evening for a steady 5k, 8-minute miles, just turning the legs, just waking them up a little bit. It was a little bit painful. My quads were absolutely on fire, but I felt fine other than that. It was just normal aches and pains and DOMs. And then Tuesday went out. DOMs were starting to subside a little bit, but I could still feel it in top of my quads and like out of thigh. So 5 mile in the morning, back to work Tuesday as well. So 5 mile in the morning, got out there, enjoyed it. It was nice and easy. Went from my parents as well, so it were on an old route that I used to do with some loops and twos and all that sort of stuff. And then Wednesday woke up, had a little bit of a sniffly cold. So in marathons, like post-marathon and post big effort workout training sessions, you have like a 72-hour window where your immune system's just absolutely shot. And to be honest, I was half expecting it with it going to London and all that sort of stuff, and the germs that you can pick up on the tube. So woke up, had a bit of a sniffle, bit of a sore throat, but other than that I was fine. Went out, did 5k before work to keep it short. Obviously don't want to push the miles this week, don't really focus on miles, so just did bare minimum. And then Thursday didn't feel as bad, so went out, did 5 mile and felt absolutely fine, if I'm being honest. I think I pushed the pace a little bit. I think I did like 7:17s or something, or 7:15s for the 5 mile, and it was just a flat out and back route that I've got from home, and enjoyed it. My heart rate weren't too sky high at this point, but as I got later into the week it started creeping up, and that's just recovery. Either you're overtrained, you're doing a little bit too much, so it's about stepping back a little bit, but it's a fine balance of doing it perfect and doing too much and doing too little. Something that it takes an absolute genius to strike. So Thursday evening I went out, did 5k, just to test myself again, see if I felt okay. 5k is not going to break the system, so enjoyed it again. Probably pushed the pace a little bit too much, but felt fine Thursday evening, like didn't feel bad whatsoever. But then when I woke up on Friday, probably felt a little bit more sniffly, but potentially I would have said Thursday was my worst day in terms of what I felt. Friday went out, we're coming to Naomi's parents, so just in the morning, 5k, nice and easy, didn't want to push it again, and just got out, got through the motions. Heart rate started creeping up a little bit more on Friday, So I went out, just got my Strava on my phone, did 7:14 pace, 1:45 beats a minute average, which, yeah, probably a little bit like it's okay, it's comfortable. Ideally I want to be in zone 1 for that sort of stuff, but yeah, it's one of them. And then Saturday, parkrun. So me and Naomi have got into doing the alphabet a little bit, and there's one near Naomi's parents that you have to go over the Humber Bridge to. It's called Ancholme Valley Way parkrun, so the A. And we went across, set off probably about 7:45. It's a nice flat out and back on a canal path, and we ended up finishing, me and Naomi, so I was first across the line, Bessie was second across the line, and then Naomi was third. But obviously on parkrun results, Naomi was second. But yeah, we'll not tell anyone that Bessie got second anyway. But yeah, enjoyed it. So I think that's the first time we've all finished 1, 2 and 3 at parkrun. Bessie has apparently set the course record for a dog at Ancholme Valley Way parkrun as well in Lincolnshire. So now we got 1950, so technically Bessie got 1949. And we just went out, we had breakfast after, and then nice and easy went to the, I think it was the Angel or something like that in Brig, which were a nice cafe, and that's where they do the results. Ancholme Valley Way parkrun as well, they also do a dog loyalty card. So if you run with your dog 10 times, or your dog does parkrun 10 times, you get a little stamp, and then your dog gets an Ancholme Valley Way parkrun bandana. So guess where we're going to be going 10 times at least now, just so we can get Bessie a little dog bandana that says parkrun on it. And then went after, did 4 mile, and then nice and easy in the evening 5k. And then today gone out, this is probably, my heart rate's not too high, but I've done 10 mile this morning, 10.5 mile. So nice and easy, not looking at pace, running more to feel, and trying to feel easy, and that, to be honest, it did. Didn't want to push it too much, didn't want to stretch the distance and run for a couple of hours today, just ticking through the motions and getting out and just jogging, to be honest. Enjoyed it, nice and flat around on East Yorkshire's roads, around where Naomi's parents live, and yeah, enjoyed it. So that's week of training. I've done 45 mile this week, probably my lowest mileage week in most recent history, but I've listened to my body and I know that I need recovery, and that's absolutely important. There'll be people that I know, there'll be people that's faster than me, people that's slower than me at the marathon. Some will have had the week off, some will have gone straight back into training, and it's different for everyone. So you can't look around you, just got to listen to your own body, and what your own body can handle. Naomi, for example, she's run 4 mile this week and that's it, but then she has bike 90 mile with one eye on Lanzarote Ironman. She'll be swimming at some stage today as well, so she'll have got a swim done, but she's had an easy week and she's done what suited her in terms of her training. So you can get bogged down looking around on people's Strava, seeing that other people are doing stuff, but you just got to listen to yourself, and listen to your own body and your own body's recovery needs, especially post-marathon. Your body will have lost strength during the marathon, it'll have lost a little bit, not fitness, because you can't lose fitness overnight, you'll have probably gained fitness by doing the marathon, but you'll have lost a little bit of strength, you'll be a little bit weak, you'll feel a little bit sorry for yourself, you might come down with a sniffle like I have, and it's absolutely normal for you to feel like that. So don't get worried, and then just get on with it when the time's right. And if you're like me, you're probably looking towards your next goal. So some of you have probably said never again, never go run a marathon again. Me, for example, I'd already entered one before I even entered London, if I'm being honest. So I've got Berlin coming up, back end of September, can't remember the date, so it's probably 24th or something like that, September, but don't quote me on that. Not got the hotel booked yet, not got the flights booked, but we are going to Berlin. We've also got Lanzarote in 3 weeks time, with Naomi doing the Ironman. So I'll be back on the horse, but I need to focus on recovery first and get my legs a little bit sharper and get some sort of base down. London, my A goal, if I'm being honest, was 225, but on the day and the week in building towards London, I knew that 225 might have been a stretch target. So my B goal going into London was to break 230, which I did. And then my C goal was to just finish. And I could go on and on and on and have a Z goal if I wanted. But 225 is going to be the goal for Berlin. I want to PB. The marathon it's my distance. It's what I enjoy. It's how I focus up like majority of my running training. So yeah, it'd be great with one of the fastest courses in the world to break my PB. I've got a little bit of a monkey at Berlin, so I ran it last year and didn't probably have the best of races. So it'd be great to go back and get that monkey off my back when it comes to Berlin. So yeah, I'll be entering Yorkshire Marathon as well again, a marathon that I've done every single year that it's run. So I'm a Yorkshire forever, or whatever you want to call that, but I'm a Yorkshire lad anyway. So yeah, I'll be using that as a backup just in case things don't go to plan at Berlin. But yeah, it's the road to Berlin will start soon. We've got a few little stepping stone races already booked in along the way. May itself is going to be a busy month, but these aren't going to be races that I'm targeting or trying to rip up course records or personal bests set. They're just races what I'm using because they're local and I enjoy doing them, if I'm being honest. And it's a different sort of mentality when you're going into stuff like that. Me personally, I run better when there's like no pressure on me. So when I'm downplaying it, not focusing as hard on it and not putting everything into it, that's when I run better, when there's nothing as much on my back. So yeah, I kind of treat a marathon as just another Sunday jog, but then with a number on my chest. So yeah, that's how I run better anyway. But yeah, marathon wise, looked at my splits from last week, was happy with where I'm at, to be honest. The London Marathon course gets tougher in the second half, and as expected I did drop off from mile 21 to 26. Did have a GPS error, as everyone does, so it either clocks you faster for the mile or clocks you slower, and then it'll measure long or short at Canary Wharf. Mine clocked me slower, so I think it got me at like 7 something per mile, whereas there were some people around me that got 450 something for the mile, just through that little section. But yeah, I had a couple of comments on Strava. What happened there? So if you don't know, it's GPS error in London, because they're all the high buildings. But yeah, really happy. Kept every single split underneath 6-minute miles, which is a good thing to do over a marathon. Shows that I didn't fade too much, with my average coming in at like 540s. But yeah, it's an enjoyable experience. I enjoy towing the line on a marathon. I enjoy everything that you put into it, all the training, building up towards the big goal, and that's why I just can't stop myself from going back time and time again. And yeah, it's just one of them unbelievable feelings. I think every single person that I've spoke to, because you do London, and people that aren't runners know what London Marathon is, it tends to mean more to those that aren't runners. But it doesn't matter what sort of marathon you do, they're all the same distance, they're all the same challenge, some more so than others. It's just that people know that London because it's on TV basically. But yeah, enjoying it. Legs have started to feel better as the week's gone on. I've booked in for a sports massage with John Ackleton on Wednesday night coming up this week, so that'll be nice to have a little bit of a rub down, as you want to call it. And then we've got the Spencer's Dash. So yeah, thank you for tuning in to Cookie's Rambles, episode 18 boxed off. I'll be starting a new sort of series going in to Berlin Marathon. So I'll either rename this one or it'll be Cookies Rambles episode 19, so I'll have to make a decision on that. If you fancy helping me out with a name, you could drop a message down in comments if you're still watching at this point. But other than that, thank you, it's been a pleasure. I've used these so that I can log my own journey, so there'll be some stage where I'm sat down watching episode 1 to 18 again, to just reflect and remember the journey that I've come on in the last 18 weeks of what has been a long marathon training block, but also a long journey that I've shared with people, and the process that I've shared with people going into London Marathon as well. It just shows as well sometimes that it's not all about putting out quality mile after quality mile. The recovery miles are absolutely vital in your training plan, and focusing on getting your body used to the volume, but also used to running at different speeds throughout your training, and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, there's been loads of takeaways that I've done from doing this, which is a good thing, and it's also can be a bad thing. But yeah, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you when I start filming my Road to Berlin series. Cheers.